You are listening to the TF4 podcast with Marcus,
It gets hotter in Georgia than a slut's vagina.
Kara,
So we're going to emphasize that it's low quality content, high alcohol content.
Natasha,
I love assholes and noses.
and Vox.
You want that bloody sloppiness flopping all over your table dress?
Story for you guys. It's so good.
So, we're at work yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and we have our first break, and my day was not going great. I had legitimately not really talked to anybody up at that point, and then I had started my break late because my machine was still running, and you can't walk away from it when it's running. So I had 3 extra minutes on my break, and then everyone else was like, "Hey, we're having a meeting." I'm like, "All right, I guess I don't get the rest of my break."
Great.
So we walk in, and my production manager, like the big boss, calls everyone in. He's like, "So if you can't hear me, get closer because this might be the most important meeting we ever have."
Oh.
I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I get in close so I can hear him, right? And he goes, "So someone's been pissing in our soap bottles." It's like, oh,
I've already had my
no.
cringe time with this, so I've
no.
processed.
So all of us are just like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We can confirm for sure somebody pissed in them today. It was definitely urine. We're getting it DNA tested." And we're getting
Somebody
DNA
was using it, and they were like, wait, our soap's not yellow.
Yeah, my foreman was using it, and he's like, "Why is this soap yellow?" And he threw it away, and then he realized he's like, "It's yellow, like somebody probably peed in the soap." And then they like checked it out. And yeah, I was talking with my foreman about that today too. He was like, because we were having we were microwaving our lunch, and he's like, honestly, like, what do you get out of that?
Well, who's the youngest
sheer
dude?
pleasure
Like, what's
that
the youngest
people are
age
washing
that
their
works
hands
there?
with
Probably one of the youngest
probably
people is
18
Nate.
or 19. No, Nate's 23.
Oh, I thought he was like one of the youngest ones.
His sister's boyfriend isn't even 19 yet.
So
he's
18,
working there.
19, okay. I mean, that's still old enough to not be
A child.
a
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
I feel like any age you shouldn't be pissing in soap bottles.
So yeah, my boss just straight up like, yeah, I'm gonna DNA test all of you. He's like, and if you don't want to be DNA tested, you might as well not show up.
Yeah, you might as well
Go
just say
home.
you're
You're done.
guilty.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he alluded to whoever pissed in the soap bottles would likely get the shit beat out of him by the entire shop when we found out. Yeah. He
And then
didn't-
get
he
charges
didn't-
press against him
Yeah.
for
Oh
it.
my god. Yeah, I'd probably
Mark-
probably never come back at that point.
And
So
then-
Mark's texting me
If I
all of
were
this,
the
and
one
he goes,
pissed.
and all I keep thinking about is we had white soap last week. And
Yep.
I'm like, no.
Oh.
So I mentioned that to Danny today. I mentioned that to my foreman today while we were about to have lunch, and I was like, "Yeah, it just keeps bothering me. I keep thinking about it over and over again. We had white soap like 2 weeks ago," and he goes, "Holy shit, we did have white soap like 2 weeks ago." And he stops, and you could tell he was putting it together, and he goes, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, I really hope people aren't that childish, but
That's-
if they're childish
if they
enough
fill up a
to
soap
piss in a soap
bottle.
container,
That's a lot.
well, they didn't fill it up. I'm just saying the soap was actually white.
it was
They
an
could have
ongoing
done it
thing
in the
every
soap,
time
and
we had to
nobody would have
pee.
ever known.
I thought Jerry would have been way more grossed out than he was because he's like
He's a
germaphobe
germaphobe,
and
yeah.
stuff. But he was like, that's fucked up. He's like, but that's like shops. People do fucked up shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
then he goes,
God.
he's like, I don't even care about finding out who it was. If that happened here, all of you would be fired. He's like, I'd run this office by myself.
Oh, no.
It's just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you all in particular. You're all fired. Fuck you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he'd spray everything in the shop in the
Lysol.
office with
Just
Lysol.
bleach.
Yeah.
Just bleach it all.
Bleach
Might as well just
everything.
burn it down at that point.
And that's the worst thing too. Is like my boss said that it might have happened Monday. They aren't sure about it, but it definitely happened yesterday morning
Yeah.
before first break. And I was like, I'm glad I haven't gone to the bathroom yet today. And then I realized on first break I went to the bathroom and there was no fucking soap in there. So I'm like, what the fuck? I guess I can't wash my hands now. And then I found out about that. I was like, thank God I didn't
Thank
wash my
God. Somebody
hands.
was somebody was already working on the soap.
Yeah,
you
that was
didn't use
already
the
in
pea
Discovery.
soap.
Fucking gross.
Oh,
Episode 30.
what?
No.
Episode 30?
No way.
I believe it is.
29?
No, I think
no,
it's 30.
No, it is 30.
I
It is
believe
30.
it is
we
30.
we uploaded 29 on Monday.
Yeah.
This is 30.
This is episode 30 of TF4 Podcast. My name is Vox.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Natasha.
Yeah, 30 years old already.
Yeah.
Dirty 30.
Actually,
It's
30.
not. It's over 30 weeks old because we missed weeks.
oh, way over 30
Yeah.
weeks old.
That's
But
because we're lazy.
yeah, it's
And
okay.
we're scheduling
How many weeks
such.
are in a year?
52.
52.
Okay, so there won't be 50. Well, there'll technically be 52 episodes. Well, not episodes. There'll be 52 podcasts though, because we have part 2s on a lot of episodes.
True.
Yeah. So well, oh hi.
Yep.
So we'll be fine with that. First things first. We got to get this new thing out of the way.
Yeah.
That's I don't know.
The plugs.
Just, first
Plug
of all,
it.
just sponsor us. Just pay us money. We'll just and then we'll just plug a company and we'll go.
We'll plug the shit out of you. I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
I like plugging.
Mark's
things.
like plugging. Yeah, I was gonna say Mark likes plugging things,
Yeah.
but he already did it. He already said it.
Oh.
We have a website, TF4podcast.com. Of course, whether you're listening to it now. Okay, can you take that? Thank you. You can download episodes. Check out a blog, which, mind you, I did have a blog post totally typed out.
That said first blog post?
No.
Question mark?
Did you click on it?
No.
Yeah.
I
See,
did.
that was
I
just
read
the
the
title,
first blog post.
and you click on it, and it goes into the
It
post.
just looked like a blog post to me, so I was like, that sounds like Vox.
I changed it. So, but no, I had a full blog post of my Bloody Mary list typed out, and I forgot to save it.
Uh-oh.
What?
So yeah, it disappeared.
What's
So
the Bloody Mary list?
I'll explain that in a minute. But
Okay.
anyways, we got weekly updates. Hopefully, coming to that. You guys are more than welcome to get some
woo,
some blogging going on.
some woo.
We'll get there.
I
Weekly
have
update.
so many things being juggled in my life.
I know it's okay.
Like, no,
dicks.
thank you.
I forgive you, but you can at least
So
I
many
know,
dicks
so many
being juggled.
dicks.
and maybe we could just post some pictures up there or something eventually. I don't know. It don't matter.
Ludes.
So Castbox,
Ludes?
I didn't check this out yet, but I know that you can listen to us on Castbox, iTunes, Podbean,
Podcast addicts.
Podcast Addict.
Yeah.
Anything
And-
that pulls from iTunes RSS feed, you can listen to.
Except
Yeah.
for Spotify.
but no
Except-
Spotify.
yeah, not
And
Spotify.
we've gotten another review on at least our Facebook page, but if you can subscribe on any of those sites, I don't know how good reviewing is on some of those other ones.
I
know
I
you
think
can review on
iTunes does reviews, and then we prefer the Facebook because that's the easiest thing that we can see
Yes.
and we can share from.
Yes.
I
The
noticed
Facebook.
Cara finally liked our Facebook page.
Yeah, good for
I
you.
didn't know that I hadn't. I got up and I saw a post on my phone, and I was like, I haven't liked it. It asked me to like it, so I just did it. I could have swore I liked it already.
Wow. Well, thanks for
Good thing
liking
my-
the
Good thing
podcast.
my
No
phone's
problem.
muted.
This is episode 30. Why are you playing?
No, I opened up iHeartRadio to check and see if we're
There's
on there,
porn.
and it automatically plays whatever your last playlist is.
Oh.
But I turned the volume off.
Yeah. Speaking of...
You listen to porn?
What are you talking about?
No.
Oh.
Corn, sure.
Oh,
but
Cara said
porn, no.
porn. I was
Por-
like, you listen to porn?
Oh, no.
He's like, I don't want you guys to listen to my Celine Dion
It's-
playlist.
Hey, she
It
did
was
it.
actually Lamb of God. I don't think everyone wanted to hear Redneck like at full blast.
It's a motherfucking invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one you could ever need.
Oh, okay.
Let's get through this plug, Bucks.
I know. I'm sorry. We're getting distracted. Facebook, though. We got a new review on Facebook from our buddy Tony.
We
Thank
did.
you.
We're the Ramblers.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
I'm cool with that.
That's why you're
It's
listening.
okay.
That's why you're listening. You can just get us a like on the page by searching TF4 Podcast on Facebook, and we share, I think, a little bit more on there than we do on our
Lots on Facebook.
Yeah.
blog site. But
I had a lot of friends that cracked up at our most recent photo about our last episode.
yeah, go
It
back
was a
there and
good,
share that.
good
You wanna-
little teaser that you put up
if
there.
you haven't seen that already, we did Speak Out, right? Speak Out?
Yep.
Mhm.
Last week, and we shared a nice picture or two or three or four.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
guys want to know what we look like, go ahead and
With our
check that
mouths
photo
completely
out.
wide open as far as they'll go.
I have a really long beard and a mustache.
No, that's
Yeah.
not. That's not at
Not
all.
how
Although
it
Vox
is.
and Natasha have like perfect teeth.
Mine
Natasha
are-
was just drooling a
Vox,
little bit.
Vox has surgically
I said
implemented
my-
perfect teeth.
My front teeth are surgical.
Mine are all natural. No braces.
And
no,
white.
No fake teeth.
Yeah, my teeth suck. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll be fine. Teeth aren't a big thing.
That's why I
Hey,
have. That's why I have the mustache. As long as it does, it blocks my face.
in the beard, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
my
yeah.
beard.
Mark laid down in bed the other day and he's like, I'm ugly without a beard. And I'm like, no, you're not.
What?
Wow.
I don't know where it came from.
I just
That's-
grow this beard to hide my ugly face.
I got one going again. See that?
Yeah.
It's like those memes that say guys say shit about girls' makeup, making them not look how they look, but look at this guy with a beard.
Right.
And then without a
like
beard.
like without a beard, I'm a solid 6. With a beard, I'm a 10.
Garrett without a beard scared the.
Cara mentioned
We
Garrett.
love you, Garrett.
Garrett without
We
a
love you,
beard.
Garrett.
Oh,
without
yeah.
a beard looks like a sister.
No,
He does not.
They look so
it
similar.
just scared me because I don't think I've ever seen his chin.
You know, I've seen his chin because when I first started Blake's, he was pretty fucking clean faced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel
It-
like it's just
He
different
needed
seeing
the beard.
him with a beard
it,
for
it
so
looks
long.
so much better with him. Like,
He's a good looking dude.
not that he looks bad without it, but it's he looks his age with the beard.
Yeah, for sure.
Without it, he looks 16.
I know. I got more.
Vox plugs.
Hey, you're getting distracted over here, Mr. Beard. Hey, how's that mug going?
It's great.
Does it? I mean,
I've been using it all week.
does it hold up well though? Because
Yeah.
some mugs, if you
well,
heat
if you
'em
hold it up,
eventually,
it'll stay up.
Yeah, I know. Like I just kind of like put the bottom on the table and it holds.
just
up.
It
stays
stays
up?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it doesn't
stays.
move.
I had a mug that was really cheap. It was a McDonald's one, and it kind of just turned.
Melted?
It didn't melt, but it just kind of turned eventually. It was one of the ones you could see through. Just kind
Gross.
of got tinted and was weird and didn't hold up well because it was a cheap mug that you got free from McDonald's.
No,
so-
this is not. This is not a cheap mug. Like
No?
the top of it, like there's a flip that like comes off to plug the mouth hole. It seals really well.
Mouthful.
Really?
Yeah, the
Mouth
mouth hole.
hole.
And it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't like
Plug your mouth hole,
No,
bitch.
flip on you
Nope.
when you drink it. I have one of
No,
those
it's a
cups.
screw.
That
It's
it
a
doesn't
screw cap,
go
but
on.
it's like just a little bit to screw it so that it seals closed, and then the cat like it's really good quality.
Well, if you want
and
a
the
good
logo's
quality,
huge on it.
it's big.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
big.
Well, if you want a big logo on a big, good quality mug, head over to our Redbubble. I don't know if I have that linked on Facebook yet. I know it is on the website.
It is on the
Rad
website.
bubble.
Yeah, Redbubble.
Redbubble.
Anyways, redbubble.com, search TF4 Podcast. We got stickers, we have phone cases, and we
iPad
have-
cases,
If you really
regular
search,
mugs, and then travel mugs.
if you really search, there's a good chance you might find bed sheets with us on it. But I mean,
Bed sheets.
I'm just
Oh.
throwing something out there. Maybe I don't
I
know.
wonder if they could do that.
Probably
I'd buy a bed sheet.
Bed
that'd
sheets.
be pretty cool.
Like a
screen
comforter?
printed bed
Our
sheets.
guest bedroom is going to be TF4 themed.
That'd
Yeah,
be
just a-
fucking awesome.
The big
I would
ass
sleep
comforter.
on that
Of
bed so
course.
hard.
You're gonna take down the Friends poster and put up a TF4 podcast one.
I'm
That
down.
would be very nice.
Let's do that.
That's what we need to do. We need to go to the fountain, get the outfits and like the couch and everything, just us four.
I'm so pissed.
Don't even talk about
I
it
am
yet.
so
Don't even talk about it yet.
pissed.
What?
One
Oh.
last thing. YouTube. So we were out
That's
of town.
not one last thing. There's two things.
No,
There's
one.
another
there's-
yeah,
sheet
there's two things.
somewhere.
Oh, it's scribbled out on the bottom.
Well, God damn it, Cara.
We'll ad lib that. YouTube. So we were out of town last week. I got it over here.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been able to upload it. However, it is created. I did make the videos for both episodes, but we just got back and then we've been busy because I have to pack, and also laziness is a thing. But
It's a long
YouTube, we
drive,
will
too.
have finally our YouTube channel up to date and current because of all the crap that has happened in the past.
Yeah, you won't see the first 26 episodes on there. Sorry.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's all
all right
Vox's
though.
It's
fault.
fine.
It's not, okay. It is my fault.
It's
but-
fine. We'll get
And,
over it.
Very last but not least, because this is rather important. If you would like to help us financially, keep going. I mean, we're going to keep going regardless. But hey, new equipment is a cool thing.
Yeah.
So you can
You
head
wanna
over
hear us
to
more clearly. That'd be better.
Patreon.com and search TF4 as well. You can check out all the tiers. We have 4 tiers. 5
I don't know.
tiers?
You set it up.
Yeah, I think there's I think there's 4. I think it's $1, $2, $3 a month, and then a $5 one.
Ooh, high rulers.
Ooh. And thanks to Steve and Dustin, because they are giving us Steve's
Monies.
doing 5 and Dustin's doing 10, so
Yeah.
he's a
Thank
one
you.
upper. And we're gonna
He
save that.
started
'cause-
it though. To
He's
be
the
honest,
OG.
So
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
he's the OG.
And then, there is 2 other ones we need to talk about real quick. bensounds.com for the first 26 episodes if you've been listening, or if you're going back if you haven't heard them yet, because we are getting more fans. There are more people liking it on
Yes.
Facebook every day.
The intro and outro are
yeah.
brought to you by bensound.com
Yeah.
for free,
Who?
only to us.
Only to us. Thank you. I mean, we're just a small little podcast from Michigan, but hey, at least he knows that it's
Yeah.
being used somewhere.
But it's being used. We're gonna go ahead and plug the shit out of him every chance we get because the music's good. I mean,
Yeah,
he has,
yeah,
he has
I
some
like the
quality
intro.
stuff. Just if you need music for your websites or whatever and whatnot, as long as it's not a podcast, you're probably pretty good.
Make sure you go to the info page and
Yeah, definitely.
read what you can use it on.
If all else fails, message him.
Done. Plug's done. 13 minutes in.
That took you long enough.
Listen, we talked a lot before the plot.
It's okay.
True.
It's okay.
True.
We'll
All
go
right.
there.
So,
Oh, God.
what did you want to talk about?
Oh, you have 2.
I have a
one-
lot of stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
we went to New
Shit,
York.
I got a lot of shit to lay out, so sit back.
We went to New York over the weekend, or we went to Maine to visit my mom, and then we went to New York.
On
But we
Friday.
didn't go to the Friends Fountain, and I'm so pissed.
Is it his fault?
We just didn't go. I didn't think
Just
about it,
forgot
and
about
then
Or
my
the
manager.
apartment.
Yeah, and then my manager was like, "Oh, did you go to the Friends Fountain?" Because we were in Central Park, and I was like, "No, I didn't go," and I'm so mad now. And I
What
wanna
was the
go back.
fountain we took a picture by?
Bethesda Fountain.
Oh.
It's not the Friends Fountain.
Fallout 4 fountain?
And then We didn't go to the apartment built because it's not. Obviously, there's no inside, but the apartment that they pan over
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, so we didn't go there either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is funny because a friend of mine was just in San Francisco this weekend, and she took pictures right in front of the Full House house,
Aw.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that
House
is
house.
cool.
House
I wish I would have looked up more like friend stuff in New York before we went, but
I don't.
Did you go
I'm
visit
sure
Central
I'll go
Park?
back.
Central
There's no-
Park.
Central Park.
It's not a real thing.
It's not actually called the Central Park, but it is a real coffee house.
Is it really?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
It's
so
right off
mad.
the side of Central Park.
Wow.
Central Park's also fucking huge.
Huge.
Yeah, it's
Giant.
ginormous.
Yeah.
It's like
It's pretty-
6
pretty
miles
goddamn big.
both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there for like 3 hours.
I think it's like
Yeah.
24 city blocks long or something like that.
Oh, longer
pretty
than
big.
that, I think.
Pretty
Huge.
big.
Pretty big. But yeah,
I'd love to go to New York. I've never been there.
you're not
Ever.
missing anything.
TF4 trip to New York.
There
You're
you go.
missing a lot.
I'd
It's
go
cool.
back to New York if I was on my own schedule.
Yeah.
Because being in control by someone else is not okay with me. Don't like that. I actually hated the second half of the day that we were in New York. So
Why?
It sucks. Because you were on
we already
schedule.
talked about this.
When we went to out to eat and stuff?
Uh huh.
Oh. I had fun.
No,
You didn't
like
say.
10. I'll say this just briefly. 10 o'clock is like my no longer have an appetite.
Going
not,
to bed time.
Not really gonna drink anymore. Time to sleepy for a while, and we were out till 2:30.
It was fun. We went to a Korean barbecue. Delicious.
Wait, so they barbecued what? Dogs? Cats?
Mark.
Yes. I thought that was
Mark.
You didn't specify.
I thought that was the Chinese.
No, stop it.
I thought the Chinese eat dogs and cats.
Those were all the couple things, like all relating to your trip
Mm.
that you wanted to share.
No.
Um,
Well,
I thought there was like more.
the
There's, like,
9/11
more.
memorial was.
Yeah, how was it?
Was it sad? Was it good?
Oh
what
my
was
god. Okay, so
It
it was
was
good. It was
both.
informative, but about halfway through the museum, I started just to cry. Like, I was just crying and was like, okay, I'm done being in here.
it? Like you were
But
legit
you
crying,
still
or
stayed.
No,
He
I
was
was
crying.
crying. Yeah.
you were crying?
Yeah, it's real rough.
Real
There's
emotional?
portions and I looked this up and I forgot to tell you. There's portions called like the like dark rooms, which is hidden from the main
The main
like you're
public?
you're walking through and there's like a path that you walk through, but then there's like little alcoves on the side which go more into detail on things. And there was one of the dark rooms which was about all of the jumpers that were jumping out of the towers, and
Oh, that was the dark room
that was
we
a
were
dark
in?
room, yeah. And it had like pictures of everyone, of like people falling and like people like hanging on the side of the building.
That's fucking brutal.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was quotes in there from people that were interviewed and like witnesses and stuff. And the one quote that I just like lost it on, it was it said that the person said I was looking up and I saw this woman come out of where the plane had entered the building, and her hair was mangled and her clothes were burning, and before she jumped she pulled her skirt down so it wouldn't go
She
up
ha-
to
yeah,
show
she
her.
held her
She
skirt
held her
down.
skirt down so it wouldn't show her butt.
So she wanted some modesty.
And the quote at the end was, I just thought how human, how modest, and how terrible. And it said like I couldn't look anymore, and I was just like,
Right.
ugh,
Yeah, it was.
that just fucking destroyed me. I was just like, okay, I'm like done. Like at that point, I was like, we need to.
I
just
feel like I
go.
remember seeing something that was like, maybe it was like the TV was talking about it
I
in
probably
one of the
heard that quote
memorials or
before.
whatever, that they were talking about thinking that they were seeing debris coming from the building, and it was actually all of the people.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
that quote in there too.
Mhm.
That was the report was in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to go see, but I wouldn't do it again.
I wasn't with
unless it, like
you-
we were like to take our kids like years and years down the road, but it's not like I would go next year or 2 years from now. It's a
Just
lot to
overwhelming.
take in. Yeah.
My history teacher from high school goes to the Holocaust Museum with her kids. Like takes
In
a trip
DC?
there. Yeah. No. The one in
It's here,
the
isn't
one
it?
in Michigan.
Yeah,
there's one in
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
one in
I
Michigan.
haven't
Yeah.
been there.
I've always
And
wanted
it's got
to
it's
go
got
there.
the real cattle cars and everything in there. And
Because there's a big one
there's
in
a
DC.
there's a safety pin. They've like canisters everywhere throughout the whole museum full of safety pins, and each safety pin represents someone who died in the Holocaust.
Ugh, God.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of fucking safety pins.
Mhm.
The one report was, and I don't think I was with you at the time. I was kind of walking. That was when I was walking out like alone, and there was like different dark rooms. Remember the ones that had projectors and stuff that were telling stories?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there was a radio report from a police officer saying the exact same thing you just said. There's debris falling. Watch out! Watch out! And then the guy goes, "Oh my God, those are people."
I heard. I was with you.
Or were you with me? Yeah. So it was like a radio report, and then the other one was when the first tower was fallen, or after the first tower had fallen, and it was a chief radioing to the crew that was in the second tower getting people out. He was like, he just kept saying, "Johnny, you need to get out of there. The first tower just fell. Like, you need to get out." I don't know. I'm getting chills. Just
Me too.
my
crazy.
hair is standing up on end. But yeah, it was informative. It was intense. It was amazing, to say the least.
Yeah, the
But-
amount of stuff that they had preserved from the event from 9/11, it's insane. Because they had like didn't they have 2 fire trucks?
They had 2 fire
Two
trucks,
fire
an
trucks.
ambulance, and a police car.
Yeah, and then there was a store that was right by the buildings, and it had debris and like ashes in it, and they preserved it, and it's in the museum now.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's like there's ashes and debris all over the clothes and stuff, but it looks exactly like a storefront.
Oh wow.
So ladder 3, there was a little video that was there in front of where they were standing, and it showed ladder 3 pulling up and their company getting out and going into the tower. And I don't believe anyone survived off that ladder. And they had like the chief's helmet with that truck as well. If you are ever in New York, anyone, go.
Yeah.
Definitely go. Where the towers were, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Where the fountains are.
There's 2 huge fountain. They call them ponds or fountains or whatever, and they're huge. Obviously, they're the size of the buildings, and you can't even see the bottom of them. But around all of the pond is names that are etched in, and it's all the names of people who perished. But it's amazing.
Yeah, and they
It's
even
amazing.
have like if they were in the fire department, like what?
Squad.
Yeah, squad
or
or
department.
What I don't know. They had
Ladder.
all the people who that like what they did.
There's, like,
when
the
they-
hazmat team
or where they
and, like, all that
worked.
stuff.
Like, because there's people that worked.
And the
in
other thing that
jobs.
was really cool is that every day they go out and they put yellow flowers in the names of people whose birthday it is.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yep. So we were looking down, and on the one side there was like probably 2 or 3 dozen yellow flowers through the whole thing. Because I mean, there's so many people in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
It's definitely something to see.
yeah. And then we went across the street to O'Hare's, and that started my journey, my first Bloody Mary in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was mentioning earlier. I've now ranked a list of every Bloody Mary I've had, from like my favorite to my least favorite, including the airport Bloody Marys that we had.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so I'll
I've
post
never
it.
had
It'll be-
Bloody. Or no, I've had Bloody Marys. I don't like them, so I guess I won't be
Disgusting.
trying your
They're
list.
so good.
Disgusting.
So, yeah, because you don't like tomatoes.
Gross.
But we could go somewhere and try
I
one.
don't think so.
Because
I'm
it
good.
took me 2 or 3.
It's like cold tomato soup. I
It's
think so.
good. You have to.
Disgusting.
You like spicy though, don't you?
No,
Oh.
What? You're Mexican? You don't
I
like
would
spicy
eat like
food?
the stuff out of it. Like I ate like there was like a meat in the one that I had.
Yeah.
Johnny
Like a
Black's
sausage
has a
and
whole
stuff and-
slider
You
on
put a
top
slider
of
on
it.
the top.
Eat
of
the
it.
pickles out of it.
Gross.
Oh man. If we ever go out again, which I'm sure we will, I'll get one.
Never again.
And if it's good, I'll let you try it.
Cara's dad likes Bloody Marys.
You always gotta just.
Oh my God,
it's
he
like a
always
it's like
drinks
a thing.
Bloody
It's like a beer.
Marys.
It's an acquired taste.
Gross.
But yeah, I'll drink Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy.
Gross.
Well,
But-
redo
how
your
could you,
list
how
to
could you
share with
relate
people who
something to
actually
a
enjoy
beer
that.
when you don't even like beer?
Right.
But beer's an acquired taste.
Yeah, but how many beers have you tried?
Fucking several. But they're all gross. Besides one.
Just
No,
like
They're all
Bloody
two.
Marys.
gross.
Bloody
Two.
Marys are gross.
I like 2. Miller High Light.
Oh,
Yep. And
that's piss water.
shut up. And what was it? Labatt's Blue
Lime.
Also
Lime.
piss water.
Lime. Yeah.
Limey piss water.
yeah. It's really good.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, speaking of alcohol,
Oh.
I would like to touch on this.
Uh-oh.
What?
Demi Lovato and her overdose. I know that it's kind of past already, but
We-
she's still in
No,
the
it's
We
still in
hospital.
the
touched
news.
on this.
She's
we touched
still in
on
the
this
hospital.
a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, when
we
sober
touched
was
on
over.
the
when she
the
wrote that new
song.
song. But how do you feel about it?
I'm heartbroken, and I'm like, it scares me because I hope nothing happens to her, and I hope that she like ends up coming out and going to rehab and getting better. But from what I've heard, like she doesn't want to get sober. From what she said, like she just, she
You know what
was
disappoints
preaching
me?
it, and
And the only thing that I can think about with all of this is like she did her like movie thing where she like talked about everything.
mm-hmm.
She talked about how
documentary.
she felt, and then she made this song, and she made a shit ton of money out of all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then now she doesn't want to get sober. Now she doesn't want to be sober. It's just it's disappointing. It's
Yeah.
disappointing to see
As
in
being nice.
in somebody who you idolize and you look at like as a role model, and she knows that, and she's worked hard to try to be
Yeah.
that, and then no, she just doesn't care. Like what made you just not care?
Yeah. Well,
Or
that's
was it
the
like
thing,
did you
'cause-
care in the first place, kind of thing?
Yeah, she
Well,
preached
she-
like
she
being
very
sober
much-
and
Mhm.
She very much preached, I don't want anyone to look up to me. She did for a
that's
long
the thing.
time.
And I mean, she still does. She doesn't want people to follow in her footsteps or anything, but she's been honest about not being sober or not being sober. And I don't know.
Here's my thing about it. What's the difference between Demi overdosing and just a random heroin addict on the street dying with a needle in their arm? I'll tell you what the difference is. She's falling from grace. Everyone loves her. And because of that and because of her fame, everyone feels bad.
They don't. I mean, the thing is though, is it's not that it's any less important for me. I mean, to me, it's not. Like, it's still sad
It's
if
just,
it
it just
a
feels
homeless
personal
person
because you
overdoses.
enjoy the things she does.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, if someone close to any one of us would have overdosed and been in the hospital, it would matter to us, but to other people, they wouldn't see how we were feeling.
Right.
You know, and that's with Demi. Like, she's in the spotlight, so that's why it's so much more prevalent to everyone because
Right.
she's famous. Some homeless guy is not famous, so people aren't going to even aren't even going to know that he overdosed.
But people are going to rip on her because she's a heroin addict.
It's
gonna
not
happen.
it was not heroin.
It was an opioid. It was meth.
That's even
It
worse.
was not meth.
It was meth. It was an opioid, and they had to use Narcan to revive her. It was meth.
Narcan is used on
Opioids.
on heroin as well,
It wasn't
which
heroin.
is why I
though.
assumed it was heroin.
It was not heroin.
Now they're saying it's meth. I've seen that twice now. Not just on
Well, I
another
saw
podcast.
heroin a whole bunch of times too. But
Yeah, I
apparently
saw
it's not
heroin.
You're right.
So-
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was. If it wasn't heroin coming from number one fan over here, it was meth.
Yeah, one of my coworkers is a recovering heroin addict, and he was given Narcan when he OD'd, and he said it's the worst thing in your life because you instantly get withdrawal symptoms.
Uh
Instantly.
Well,
huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been addicted to anything where I'm like, I need it. Like,
Yeah,
no.
Look, I understand she struggled for a long time, but at the same time, like, she knew where she was. She knew her situation.
Thank you.
She knew that with everything going on in her life, there's no way she can even try to keep it secret. And on top of that, like, knowing what addicts go through when they haven't used in a long time,
but you can't.
you
But I'm
know
sorry, the bartender who was over serving her that night, period, before she was doing other drugs, don't you think that bartender would be like, hey, I know you, you're Demi Lovato. And
Maybe not. Maybe
Maybe
they didn't
not.
know.
maybe not.
Yeah,
But
I
that's the
guess. I
thing.
guess it's a possibility.
It's not
but-
like you don't plan to overdose. It just happens. So like people can't. I don't know. You can't say like you're about to overdose because you don't
No,
know.
I never said she knew she was about to
Well,
overdose, but
I don't say that either.
But you put yourself in the situations that you know you can't control yourself in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had a friend 2 years ago now, Chloe died.
Yeah.
That went out partying with a friend that she knew
Actually,
did
it's a year
drugs. Was it a year?
ago. A year.
That she knew did the drugs that she was recovering from. She went out and partied with her, ended up doing drugs, ended up doing too much because she had
She
been
was-
sober for so long. She OD'd and her friend left her behind and she died.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
She's
Yeah,
a
that's
sweetheart.
awful.
She was a sweetheart. She's one of
But she did put herself in a situation that she knew she wouldn't be able to control herself.
Yep.
You tell yourself that you can do it.
And you tell
that
yourself you can
handle
trust
it,
the
but
people
you know
you're
that
with,
you
too.
can't, and this is the
Yeah.
reason that you have sponsors and stuff like that to call. Like, this is what I want to do, but I should get advice first, kind of thing.
Well,
That's why it's such a big deal that she fired her coaches.
And her coaches were like, we had dates set up for the next day. Like, we had dates set up that so we could go and train and we could do this and that. And then all of a sudden we get a call in the morning saying that she's hospitalized. So, like, imagine how shitty the trainers feel because they're like, well, we can't, A, control a grown human being who's making her own decisions on anything, or and B, do our jobs because she's out partying late at night and not coming home. So what are we supposed to do? Go to the bar and pick her up? No, they didn't even know where she was at. You know? Whatever. That's your whole little sideshow.
I
My
just
opinion
I
is
just
just
think
directed towards drug addiction in general. That it's a sad thing.
Yeah.
Same.
or someone who
But realistically, here's my big issue with this is with every celebrity who has this sort of issue it's always just 50-50. Either you love them and you want to try to support them, or you hate them because they're stupid and they did this. So like you have to understand. I mean, I understand you love Demi. I love Demi too, but
Well, I don't hate her.
she made these choices. She put herself in this situation. And while I really hope she recovers, and I really hope she does better for herself. If she doesn't want to, that's her choice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, grown adult.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say, Mark, you're going to work today. You're going to work, Mark. When you're like, fuck that, I'm taking the day off. Exactly.
Yeah, I haven't had Mountain Dew in 3 months, and it's
Yeah, how
killing
you
me.
doing with that?
Fucking killing me.
I had a Mountain
every
Dew
day
today.
I see Mountain Dews. I want a Mountain Dew.
The car.
Your
face,
coworkers drinking Mountain Dews.
Oh,
I got Mountain Dew.
and it's the worst too, because like I said, okay, I'm just not gonna drink caffeine. I'll stay away from caffeine. And then Cara gets in my truck with a fucking Red Bull, and I'm like,
What
oh
the
man, that sounds
fuck?
good.
I had an interesting day today. That's all.
Cara,
I got to work and Jerry walks past the office and then he comes back and looks at me and he goes, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing." He goes, "Look alive." And then I was like, "I'm trying. I've got like my medium French vanilla cappuccino with a double shot of espresso this morning."
and then she
And
got
then eventually
another.
I was like running crazy. He went and got me another cappuccino with espresso in it, and then Jessica went and got Red Bull because
Oh
she was
my
falling asleep at her
God.
desk. She's fallen asleep like every day this week at her desk. She
Way to
makes
call
like
her
this
out.
weird noise, and I'm like, "Did you just fall asleep again?" And she's like, "How did you know?" I'm like, "Because I can hear you go." Like you
yeah.
just woke back
Like
up.
scare yourself, yeah.
How do you way to call her out on the podcast? Nice job.
That who listens to? But I mean that
Jerry
I work
might.
with.
Jerry might. I'm gonna tell him.
I
to
told
listen.
Jerry
No.
not. I told Jerry not to listen to this.
I'm gonna tell him.
Oh.
There was one time
gonna tell him he has
I
to
hadn't
listen
had coffee in over a week, and I got a coffee with a shot of espresso, and the whole day I was like, nah, and I was like getting shit done, and just like
Yeah.
I was doing everything so fast, and I was like,
You're gonna ask Cara. I was
felt
grumpy as
like
shit for about 2
Superwoman.
weeks.
without caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't notice because he's always grumpy as shit.
This is fair. I would like a Mountain Dew,
You're not getting one.
I would like a Mountain Dew.
please.
Although he
I don't
said
have any,
something one
sorry.
day. He's like, I think that I could handle like having a little bit of pop. So when I went out and I was like, okay, I'll be nice and like get like a Mountain Dew that he can have some of my Mountain Dew if he really wants to like reward himself a little bit. And then he's like, I'm not gonna drink any of that. I can't believe you bought it.
Oh.
This is
Just
the
take shots.
He
of
was
Mountain
so
Dew.
mean, and then he gave me shit for drinking Mountain Dew in front of him the whole time. I'm like,
Cara.
you asked for this.
No, I did not. I did not ask
You did
for
too.
it. No, I did. I
You
never asked for
specifically
it.
did.
No, I did not.
Freaking
So Cara
jerky.
is the complete opposite of me. Like when I decide I'm doing something and like I'm gonna stick to it, she tries to get me to cheat.
That's not true.
She tries to get me to drink Mountain
You're a
Dew. She
sinner.
tries to get me to drink pop.
Maybe she's just pushing your will.
And she's on a diet, and I try to get her to stay on it.
Oh no.
My diet's a lot harder than yours. You chose to do yours. I have to do mine.
Okay, how is that harder? That like you're
That's so much harder.
You're on yours for your health. I'm on mine for my manhood.
Listen. If I
my
tell you to
manhood.
take the garbage out, you are a crab ass and you're mean. If you just take the garbage out, you're fine.
And then I wonder why you didn't thank me.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
It's different when you're told to do something. When you have to do something, you don't want to do it.
No, a big part of the reason why I stopped drinking caffeine was because Cara was like really begging me to not drink so much Mountain Dew, because she's like, Mountain Dew lowers your sperm count. How are we gonna have kids?
No, I
if
said
we can't-"
I said it doesn't. It lowers sperm count. I'm like,
What?
Yeah.
Does
Oh,
it?
so you literally mean
It's
your
like a
manhood.
rumor. I've never
much-
looked
too
up
much
factual
caffeine
evidence. Yeah,
can,
caffeine
yes.
can.
So does having your laptop sit on your lap when you're,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm pretty
So
sure that
consider-
caffeine
So
thing
considering
has
in a hot tub
more
for too long.
evidence.
So does getting kicked in the nuts too many times when
Yeah.
you're younger.
Been there.
What do you got over there? I'm seeing it.
Oh no, I was just opening up the chat to see what articles you guys shared.
Well, pull that one up.
And then I'm looking at a GIF from The Office, which is great.
I love The Office.
No, this
So,
is just I didn't actually read the article, so you're gonna have to catch me up on
Yeah, I
this whole
didn't
death
read it
penalty
either.
thing.
Nice segue, Cara. So the Pope said some shit about the death penalty.
Did you read the article?
I've read a little bit of it.
So did I. Only read a little bit.
I read the title of the
and
article.
Sent
and
it.
I got confused because I couldn't remember who the Pope
Mark.
is.
What?
Well, you got to understand, like,
You know, the big religious dude.
No, when I was little,
I think he meant he didn't know like
Who
who
the
the
current
Pope
Pope
is
is?
right now.
Oh.
Not
When
like what's a Pope?
what the fuck's a pope?
Yeah.
No.
What?
What's a poop?
No, when I was younger, Pope John Paul was the Pope, and
Then
and
he died.
Then he died, and he was the Pope for like 30 some fucking years, and then he died, and then there
I
was
was in-
Pope Benedict, and then Francis, and I don't know who the Pope is now.
Yeah.
How do you know this? I don't even.
I remember
I don't
when
know any
I
of
remember
this.
when
If this was on like a trivia thing, I'd lose.
It was such a huge thing when John
Yeah.
Paul died because he had been the Pope for so fucking long that they had this huge thing on the news all over every channel
Oh yeah.
to
And
vote
I
for the
remember
new Pope.
choosing of this current Pope. I remember watching.
I
was
don't
in-
remember
I was
that
in
at all.
6th grade, and when the white smoke started coming out of the chimney.
Wait, this current Pope?
Yeah, I was in 6th
Are
grade.
you sure? You sure that
2000?
wasn't
No.
Benedict? Who's the current Pope, Kara? I think it's Francis.
The current Pope has only been the Pope since 2013.
Yeah, I told
Oh.
you. There's a new Pope. I think Benedict died,
Yeah, you're right.
which
Why
I
do
don't
they
remember
have
hearing
such
about
old
that
popes
either.
then?
Because you have to move your ranks.
Pope Benedict was only the Pope for 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was old as shit when they voted him
That's
the Pope,
crazy.
though. He was like 78 or something.
It's like a big deal. I mean, I don't pay attention to that shit, but
Pope
Mark
John-
was right about all of the names, by the way. All of them.
Yeah, there's John Paul, Benedict, and Francis. Francis the 13th or something.
The Pope since Mark's been alive. Yes, those are the three.
Yeah,
Wow.
Huh.
In
Yeah.
that order.
yeah, in that order. I know.
interesting.
I just don't remember Francis.
How do you-
I
I
don't
don't know
remember
any of
Benedict
this.
dying, and I don't remember Francis being voted in because it was such a huge deal when John Paul died.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously for reasons, but I don't remember at all them making a big deal about
you would have been a
Benedict dying.
teenager when that happened.
I remember it.
I think I was in high school when John Paul died.
Anyways, the situation with this thing.
Oh yeah. So Pope Francis, I guess Francis, has declared that that death penalties are not necessary in any case whatsoever.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be
Shouldn't be utilized.
utilized, period.
Well,
which
how do you
ki-
feel about that?
Okay, so this kind of goes against some shit in the Bible.
a little bit. You think?
Because just my favorite quote here, and this is Exodus 21:24, and I remember this because of Lamb of God.
Yep.
But eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth,
Blood for blood.
well, hand for hand, and foot for foot. I mean, you commit a crime. If I poked you in the eye, you poked me back. Tooth for a tooth. If I knock your tooth out, you knock mine out. That's literally in the Bible.
Yep.
And now
You know what else is in the Bible? Stoning homosexuals to death.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jesus doesn't, I don't know if it necessarily says completely.
The Bible is a
Jesus-
great book full of contradictions.
Yes,
It's
Yeah.
a
it
beautiful
A
thing.
bunch of
is.
hypocrisy.
And the Pope,
Hip,
the
hip,
Pope,
hypocrisy.
the Pope,
hip
the
hop.
holy
Hip hop
landlord,
anonymous.
the
That's what I
holy
need.
landlord of the land of the Lord.
I need that sound drop.
Hip, hip, hop.
Hip hop, hip hop anonymous.
Do you know that?
I have no clue what's going
The
on.
Pope is
That's Big Daddy.
Yeah.
With
Rob
Adam
Schneider.
Sandler.
Have you seen
Rob
Big
Schneider.
Daddy?
I've seen it, but
He's
I
like-
wouldn't be able to quote
He's
it.
like the really
fuck
dumb.
you. You give all the easy ones.
He's like the dumb delivery guy who always delivers to Adam Sandler.
He's like
And he's
I
trying to
think.
learn to read. He doesn't know how to read, so they're
Oh.
teaching the
Did
little
you,
kid
did
how to
you
read.
know that
and
George
him.
Washington had teeth made of wool?
wool? No, wood. Anyways.
We digress.
You're
So,
like, ah.
so I'm sorry, but if a child rapist who raped 14 children and then murdered them all was given the death sentence, and all of a sudden the Pope comes in and goes, "No, it's okay. We're just gonna let you rot in a
Well-
cell for the rest of your life."
Honestly,
Wait,
I
wait,
feel
wait.
like the death penalty is saving them because they're dying and they're not suffering in jail and having to deal with like jail food or.
No, you know what the
being
death penalty is
raped by-
doing? It's making sure that they can't possibly commit that crime ever again. And
yeah.
it's saving
they
your
do-
country money for not paying for their 3 hots and a cots every
Thank
fucking
you
day.
so
Guess,
much.
yeah. 3
Where is
hats and a
this
cat.
conservatism coming from?
Wow.
Dude,
Wow, I feel you
I'm
swinging
not
to the
just
white.
a liberal, all
Yeah, I
right?
see. I feel you swinging
I'm
to the right
liberal when
side
I
here.
need to be. I'm conservative when I
I
need
thought
to
you
be.
said swinging to the white side. I was like, what?
The white side.
Right.
The white side.
right wing, conservatism, Republican.
white.
Well,
The Pope
I
is
thought the point of being a liberal was that you like have your own opinions on everything, pretty much. Like,
No.
I mean, no, not like
Being a liberal is going
not like
against
going in the
against the
liberal-
conservative parts of society.
No, I am not talking about politics right now.
I was asking what it meant. I wasn't asking
Politics.
like.
Yeah,
No, you're
explain
gonna get
it
me
to
fired
Cora.
up. Nope, I'm not even going there.
You can't explain
We're
liberals.
on the death sentence right now.
You can't explain liberals to Cara. I'll look up the
this is a
definition.
liberal.
But I don't really know
I'm
exactly.
not.
I don't really understand exactly where I would be because I just kind of like believe what I believe, and
But
I
you-
believe in the death penalty.
You are more or less conservative.
It tells
you're
you
more
on
conservative than
Facebook.
I am.
How so?
You are
How so?
definitely
Please tell me how.
Because you believe in everything running the old-fashioned way, the way they have been running.
Like what?
Just listen to me, without getting in an argument
Wait,
about
let me-
No, I
politics.
just want to know.
Let me read the definition.
Of libertism.
Liberal.
Liberal
Open to
lazy-
new behavior or opinions and willing to discard traditional values. Or
That's a very
Of
loose,
education.
That's
loose
so wrong.
definition.
concerned mainly with broadening a person's general knowledge and experience rather than a technical
That's
professional.
not
That is-
that's not the definition.
Okay, but look, you can find it on Facebook.
That's
that-
not the definition of the political version of
That's
liberal.
why. That's what I was asking. Was what's the difference between saying like I have like a liberal point of view and being like I am a liberal. I am like a part of this liberal group. And so I wanted to know what the difference was.
Okay. Liberalism, political doctrine that takes protecting and enhancing the freedom of the individual to be the essential problem of politics. Liberals typically believe that the government is necessary to protect individuals from being harmed by others, but they also recognize that government itself can pose a threat to liberty.
Well,
Boom.
which is really not a
That
common
sounds
trend
like
right now.
a.
No, it's not.
It's really
Current
not.
What do you
liberals
call it?
are
That sounds
becoming
like a
extremists.
juxtaposition. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is. Current liberals
Contradiction?
are
There's a reason why liberals' party is a donkey.
Okay, so tell me why you say that I'm why you think that I'm conservative.
Just
you're more on the conservative side.
Like
I
how
would
so?
say.
I can't
How
pull out.
so?
Listen, we're this is putting me on the spot here. I cannot pull out a certain thing like, oh, Cara said this. That means she's a conservative because it's not that
I won't
way.
be offended. I promise.
No,
Let me
no,
put it
no,
this
no.
way. Let me put it this way. You believe in owning your own gun.
Yes,
Go to your Facebook.
Okay, that's a conservative belief.
Go to your Facebook.
I'm gonna go to my Facebook. She says.
Whispering and stuff. Why? What is going on?
Okay, go to your settings.
my
Oh, it'll
goodness.
tell you based on your posts
Yeah.
what you've posted.
What?
It thinks I'm a liberal. So
Yeah, me
You
too.
are a liberal.
Mine
Not
says,
a liberal.
it says I am too.
Well, Tosh,
Who is Facebook to judge what I am and what I am not?
I am for individual rights, not state rights.
You said go to settings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or,
Ads.
sorry, not country rights.
Where?
Ads.
I don't see ads. This is. I'm sorry to everybody that's listening right now to
it's
this.
fine. You'll
this
get over
random
it.
shit.
Fast forward a couple seconds.
No, I really,
Jesus Christ.
you got to continue with this whole telling me how you think I'm conservative.
Okay.
Most of your beliefs are relatively conservative beliefs. That's all.
Okay, so I believe that I should have the right to have my own gun in my
Yeah.
home.
Abortion. How do you feel about that?
A little bit of both.
That's pretty conservative.
Pretty conservative.
Like I
That's
think that women who are raped should be able to terminate
Correct.
their
Yep.
pregnancies.
Correct.
And I think that if you are old enough to make the decision to have sex, you shouldn't be able to abort your child.
Correct. That's conservatism.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Now it's not showing me.
Hang on.
I'm just-
What was
I'm-
the other? What was the
I'm
other? The
curious.
other main,
I
main
want-
topic. I'm trying to remember here.
Conservatives believe in a personal responsibility, limited government, free market, individual liberty, traditional American values, and a strong national defense
Okay,
system.
so wait a minute. How do I fall more into the conservative if I do believe that I should have the right to have my own gun, but I do believe that the government should be able to restrict guns more to people, like they should have to be able to do more screening in order to get guns.
That's still a
That's
conservative
still
belief because
conservative.
Is it
liberals
really?
Yes.
liberals believe guns should be banned.
Banned, period. Where people like you and me who are comfortable with owning a gun and comfortable with being around guns, listen,
How
hear
do
me out, hear me
liberals-
out, hear
How
me
do
out.
liberals like fight for liberties, but don't want you to have your own guns?
Liberal is free thinking.
I know
not-
we're
not free
discussing
believing.
politics now, but I'm just curious.
We're gonna pump into
I'm
this
being
then.
educated.
Okay, so listen. You and I are okay with people owning guns,
Yeah,
being around guns,
yeah.
hunting, all that stuff. So when a liberal or it doesn't, a liberal is such a dirty term to call someone sometimes. I say it as a vulgarity, but
Yeah.
the liberal
Most
party,
conservatives do.
He's
Yeah.
like liberal piece of shit.
yeah, worse than
A
that.
little bit, yeah.
We are okay though with the government saying we are going to put stronger gun laws, but as long as we are able to still obtain guns at free will. Okay, screening for mentally ill, I'm definitely on board with.
Yeah,
Um,
I think we should be doing that in a lot of other aspects too.
Absolutely.
okay, so liberals are just saying no guns, guns bad. guns go away. The only people who should be having guns are the police, any kind of government that are trained to do so.
But they don't want the government to have a totalitarian, like, right to tell me what to do and control my life. That's.
Oh, welcome to the conservative party, Cara.
No, that's opposite.
You are a free thinker.
No, it's just opposites. That doesn't make sense.
And you think I'm liberal for real? Fuck.
You're a swinger.
He is a swinger.
I'm
a
I can
swinger.
I'm a
attest to that.
fence
No, I'm just
rider,
kidding.
man.
You're a swinger.
I'm a
You're
fence
not a
rider.
fence rider because you don't sit in any certain spot in the fence saying, "Oh, I don't agree with you, and I don't agree with you, so I'm going to sit in
I
the fence."
believe in
No.
all sorts of shit.
Yeah, you're a swinger. You go each side.
But
gun
you're way more aggressive than I am with your
Yeah, I used to be really big
your
into
like
politics.
opinions and stuff, and I'm like, it's cool that you believe that.
Yeah, I know. I used to be really big into politics, and then I just kind of I realized that I do like all people.
I feel like we're pissing Natasha off now because now she feels surrounded.
No. Natasha's in some of our debates, just in personal life. She's more conservative than you think.
Yeah.
And I think she's more conservative than she thinks. But
I just don't, I mean, I don't know.
I think
There's
Tasha's probably the most liberal out of all of us.
So how do you guys feel about the death penalty? Because I
So-
think Mark said that he believes in it.
can
Absolutely.
I read you the
I don't not
definition
believe
for
in it.
each
I
side?
believe in it. I don't not believe in it.
Yeah.
I found on promohistory.com, it divides the beliefs for conservatism and liberalism, which is not necessarily true for everyone, but for the death penalty, it says for the conservative side, the death penalty is a punishment that fits the crime.
Thank you.
It is neither cruel nor unusual. Executing a murderer is an appropriate punishment for taking an innocent life. Now, liberals, on the other hand, say we should abolish the death penalty. The death penalty is an inhumane and is a cruel and unusual punishment. It does not determine the crime. Imprisonment is an appropriate punishment, and every execution risks killing an innocent person, which is complete and utter
So do
bullshit.
people really fall? Like, I mean, I'm sure there's people that fall into precisely the mold of a conservative and
Oh, yeah.
precisely the
Correct.
mold of a liberal.
Correct.
But then majority of the people probably like
Somewhere in
sway with their own opinions
Yeah.
between the two.
You know, the modern...
but heavily toward one or the other.
Yeah, well...
But
here-
you have some views that are
Very much so.
liberal.
Very much so. Mark Hackle, who is a Democrat, liberal, whatever you want to call him, my dad and I both voted for him because he's a businessman, he gets things done, and he's taking control of the situations that come to him in the police force. So, no, I am not a registered Republican or conservative, so no, I can vote either side. But yeah, you're right, Tosh. Like I consider myself
I'm
a
registered
swinger.
as a voter. I'm not
Huh.
registered to a party.
Right.
Fuck parties. I hate all
Just
of our...
like this, I don't really understand what makes
Do
you
you
one
vote?
party over the other. Yeah, I
You do vote? Okay.
Yeah.
We voted, or I voted for Marco Rubio. I don't know who she voted for in the primaries, but
It's none of your fucking
I
business.
voted for Marco Rubio in the primaries, and I voted for Gary Johnson in the general election.
That's weird.
I don't think my parents
Trump,
even tell each other who they vote for.
Trump.
Fuck you.
I know. Yeah.
You're the reason for all of this.
Trump.
We
Trump,
both know who each other voted for.
Trump. Anyways, now this is what I want to say.
He's like, time
and
to
accord-
change the subject.
No, I'm not changing the subject. According to what you just said, and because you think common people like to swing each side, it's not common right now. Right now, everyone is feeling, especially millennials, are feeling that they have to choose a side. Like all of a sudden, this is a team battle. And everyone's like, well, I have to, Trump's a Republican and I hate Trump, so I have to be strictly, conservative.
Like just because you're
strictly
from
Democrat.
Michigan, you have to choose state or U of M.
Correct.
You have to pick one.
No.
That's sports.
Central,
That is
thank you.
different.
I know, but I'm saying like that's
Central.
that's like a smaller scale of what you're talking about.
Exactly,
Is like
but that is
you
nationwide
choose
right
one
now.
side or
like
the other.
everyone's
what
like,
are
you
you?
have to be
That's-
on one side or the other. You can't have any views
No,
in between.
man.
And
You
it's
make
just
like a tree
arrogance.
and you say, no, you fucking
How does that
move.
make any sense where you're like, you can only be one thing or the other, but you can be any one of these 400 genders?
Right.
So there is a.
That's a very conservative thing to say, Cara.
I'm just saying.
At
I
least
love
you
you
said
for
it, and I
that.
didn't have to.
Uh,
Here's the thing. It says right on here too with the gun control, gun control, because we were just talking about that. The Second Amendment. This is conservative. Second Amendment gives the individual to keep the right to bear arms. Gun control laws do not thwart criminals.
very true. They don't.
You have a right to defend yourself against criminals. More
Absolutely.
guns means less crime. Do you believe with that? Do you agree with that at
Absolutely.
all?
Do I think that more guns mean less crime?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
What about Sweden?
I do believe that people that I believe in the statistics that say that people get killed with their own weapon more
we
often
should
than
play
not.
a game. For the liberal side, though, it says the Second Amendment gives no individual the right to own a gun, but allows the states to keep a militia, National Guard. Guns kill people, and guns kill children.
Guns don't kill people. Nuh-uh.
No,
I
people kill people. Yeah.
With
With guns.
guns.
Pow.
We should play a game. Are you liberal or are you conservative? And read off.
Oh, I
But we
wanna
don't
play a
do
game.
we don't do political things.
You know what,
I wonder
Mark?
if there's like a BuzzFeed quiz for it. Maybe
Listen
it'll
to
be
me.
like,
Why BuzzFeed?
See, I feel like this is one of
BuzzFeed
those
is the
things. Just
liberal
like,
platform.
listen, we kind of drifted into the gender thing the one episode that we did that. I don't think that it was a terrible episode the way that we approached
I thought it was
No.
great.
We drifted into
But hang on,
politics a
we
little
were straying
bit
very far from the original topic I wanted to touch
Oh,
on.
yeah, what the fuck?
The death penalty. How do you guys feel about the death penalty? We'll move on to this game because I do
Yeah,
think
wait.
it'll be fun.
I gotta piss.
Really?
I feel like the death penalty is a good thing.
Yeah.
Period.
What about you, Tosh?
it can sway either way. Sometimes I think people need to suffer for what they did, but I
You're-
don't think that.
Mm.
But I
Go
don't
ahead.
think. I don't think that there's anything wrong with the death penalty. I don't think it's inhumane, and I mean, some people. But there's so many times when people don't get enough time for the crimes that they do. So sometimes the death penalty would. If they die, then they
Yeah.
can't do anything else, But if they only get 5 years in jail for molesting a child, then they're out molesting other children.
Yeah.
So they should have been killed in the first place.
Vox, I know how you feel about it.
Yeah, so I kind of agree and kind of disagree with that last statement because who's to say that one person can't learn a lesson? I get it. Molesting
Yeah.
a child
Right.
is an unspeakable crime. I get that.
I think
But
that murder's fine
to
with death
be-
penalty.
Yeah. I don't think that the death penalty should, or not getting the death penalty for a crime should be to make them suffer because, like you mentioned earlier, our taxpayer dollars are going to
So we all suffer.
to keep our
Three house
prison
and a cot.
system, alive, and they're not really suffering because most prisons, they still have they have recess time and they have heating and air conditioning in the summer and in the winter times,
Mhm.
and they
At most of them.
most likely have a television because that's more common now because it's inhumane to not keep a television or keep the people informed on what's going on in the country they live in.
They got
Let
books.
me.
They got books, and you can go through school. You can go through, you can become a teacher
Yeah.
in.
I thought the
Oh, yeah.
prison was supposed to be like someplace to keep people locked up that shouldn't be out in the
It's
world,
keeping them
but
locked
also
up
to
and
reform
reforming them.
people.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So here's my thing.
Because I don't 100%. I as much as I hate it overall, I don't think that I don't think that sex offenders should be put to death most of the time.
I can agree to that.
yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
can agree to that.
Mhm.
There are unspeakable crimes that where
Die in prison, but I don't think that you should just like.
Sentence.
but
them,
why
yeah.
die? Why waste the money to kill them in prison? Like honestly, if you're gonna give someone 3 full life term sentences, kill them. Why? Why bother
Yeah.
letting them waste our taxpayer dollars? Why bother
Yeah.
letting them rot in prison for 128 plus years, however long it's gonna take for that old fucking bastard to kick the goddamn bucket? Why? When they're
Yeah.
constantly getting medicine, they're constantly getting food and water.
Yeah, their cost
enough to
goes
keep
up.
them alive for longer. Let them fucking die.
I agree with that.
So I do think that like the original thing is like why is the Pope against the death penalty if it says in the Bible an eye for an eye, right? That's our
Yeah.
original discussion.
Kind of, yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
And here's the weird thing, okay? If the Pope and if religious sects in general believe that letting them live can somehow lead them to salvation, do you really want a heaven full of child molesters, rapists, and murderers? Because that's how you get a heaven
I
full
don't,
of child
I don't
rapists.
think that they go to heaven, Mark. I don't think
I
that's where they're
think-
going.
But a few Hail Marys and they're good,
Yeah, and I think our
This is
next
why
topic
religion's
is-
fucking stupid.
I would say I think our next topic is going to drift into religion if we're not careful.
Okay,
but-
let's get to this liberalism and conservative deal because I think that
Can I
could
go
be
pee
fun.
first?
So,
No.
well,
You
we
can
can
go pee.
discuss this while he's gone.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
gonna go pee.
Googled best political quizzes on
Oh God.
Google.
No BuzzFeed, please.
It's not one's.
I'm down for
One's
BuzzFeed.
in a.
I like seeing what they do.
One of them's. It's the one that I saw was just like pick a place to visit or pick a president. Like it was just stupid stuff. And then this one, there's a political party quiz. I sent it in the group chat so we can all take it and figure it out. And it's 11 questions, and then there's a best political quiz. Take
There's-
the internet's most unbiased and accurate political quiz.
Most unbiased and accurate. Lovely. Regulation, federal government, marriage, profits, healthcare. I feel like I don't know enough about some of these things to even weigh in on them. I like how it says LGBT business, because there's like business is a separate thing, but they're right next to each other. Diversity, immigration. Yeah, why is Islam its own thing? This is crazy.
Yeah. Okay,
if you don't
so
like
I'll
politics, it's probably the point to
Yeah.
tap out,
'Kay.
because this is probably where we're gonna
Yeah.
end with politics.
Well, the BuzzFeed one is, can we guess if you're liberal or conservative?
I've-
And then choose a Washington, D.C. attraction. Choose a... I can
I don't. That's stupid.
That's boring.
So I found one. It's
My piece stunk.
it's. Are you liberal or conservative?
asparagus?
All right.
Yes.
Do you want to send it in the chat?
Oh, I
so
can
we
do
can
that.
all
yeah.
take it?
Oh, we're all gonna take it, not discuss. We're just gonna take it.
No, we're going to discuss it, but we
Uh,
all get to...
Trying to
answer
remember
who
how to
we
open the
are.
chat. I'm
Oh,
bad
see, I was
at
gonna
this.
read off this chart and say which one do you agree with more.
Oh.
What?
Well, I like this quiz.
Like for the
I
first
like, th-
instance-
Are
I
you
like
gonna say
this
which one
quiz.
do you agree with, or like what is your opinion on blah blah blah?
No, I would
The quiz
read
I
each
just the
side.
quiz I just sent you. I like it, and I'll tell you why. Because the first
I
question
like it,
is,
I
how do we
like
deal with terrorists? It's how do you think terrorists should be handled?
Oh.
We should try to understand their quote unquote situation, kill them all, imprison them. That's a good.
How
That's
do
a good
you
way to
feel
start
about
this.
Terrorists.
I
Are we
don't
going
know.
to share what we're answering?
Yes.
We can.
Wait, okay, so we were talking about this when we were watching... Oh, you weren't there. Never mind. We were talking about it when we were watching Civil War, because you guys have seen it, right? Or
Mhm.
not Civil War, Infinity War.
Yes.
Mhm.
When Black Widow is, like, saying that she's not going to kill them and then they get away, I'm like, if she would have just killed them then and there, and then Kyle was like, well, they could imprison them and ask them a bunch of questions rather than just killing
Interrogate the racists.
them.
Yeah.
But did they get to do that?
No.
Guantanamo Bay style.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm on the next
Water
question.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
what
well-
did you
Really?
say? Are we saying
I'm
what
going
we
to say
said?
kill them all.
I said kill them all.
I'm saying imprison them.
I am also going to say
Kill them. I'm saying in prison, because then you can get shit out of them and try and figure out.
Oh, they
Right.
do that before
No, it's
they kill 'em.
understandable.
They don't imprison them. It's
I'm
called
also
pri-
saying imprison
POWs.
them, actually.
Oh.
How do you feel about raising the minimum wage?
Hell
That's-
no,
that's
raising the
too-
minimum wage would hurt small business, or of course, everyone should get paid enough to have an okay life.
Hell
Hell
no.
no.
I believe,
Yeah, I'm going to say hell no.
I believe everyone should get paid enough to have an okay life
But
at
as soon
the
as-
job that's worth that rate.
Yeah,
So
right.
hell no, raising minimum wage will ruin small business.
Yeah.
Do you think America still has a racism problem?
Yes.
No, everyone is equal under the law. Yes, minorities are still oppressed.
Listen, everybody's
Oh.
been equal under the
I don't
law.
think the
but there
laws
still
are
is
racist.
a racism.
This is a bad
racism
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I don't think the laws are racist, but I think the country is racist.
yeah,
So I'm going to say yes.
I don't think their minorities are oppressed, but
I'm saying no because minorities are not oppressed in my opinion.
but I'm saying yes
There
because
are
we still have
racists.
racism.
There is racists and there are racism, but minorities aren't oppressed.
I'm still leaning more towards the yes.
I'm still
I
leaning
feel
toward the
I
yes.
feel like racism is a huge problem still.
Yeah.
I don't think oppressed
This
is the
is
correct word.
America.
Yeah, that was
And
a
I
big
don't
they
thing.
and
are
I don't
treated
think
badly.
it's just a black and white thing. I think it's all races.
Yes.
All of them.
lives
Yes.
matter, and that could be a good segue
The next
into
question
another
is,
topic
do
right
you
there.
think
Oh,
the
geez.
federal government has grown too large?
Yes, the feds have too much power and are overstepping their constitutional boundaries. Or, of course not. It's all to help us, and it's perfectly legal.
And then in
What's the
parentheses, this is what's the Constitution?
I feel like this is not an unbiased question.
No,
Like, not
totally not. Of course not. I'm kidding. Yes, the fucking government. I hate the national government. I think it should be states' rights. And
I don't hate the national government, but I do think that they need to start going back to some
the
States'
next,
rights.
the next
States'
one,
rights.
I don't
States'
know
rights.
how I feel.
tradition or progress? Progress.
Yeah.
What's the quote? What does that mean?
You
I think it's a blanket statement.
Yeah, tradition.
It's a blanket. Yeah. Do you feel that we should stick to tradition in general,
or adapt
or
and overcome.
adapt and overcome? Definitely adapt and overcome. to
I
me.
feel like
That's
it has
why-
to be
that's
more
why
towards
Trump's
that
on
because
Twitter.
I mean, I guess I won't go
Okay,
dive
so
into it 'cause-
that gives us the results.
Oh, that's it? It's like 5 questions and we're
I
done?
guess.
Yeah.
I
And
guess.
That's why I wanna read off that chart.
You know me, bitch? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, and I tried to explain this to you last week when we were arguing. The adapt and overcome progress. Trump on Twitter is an example of that to me, because the quickest way to get information out about anything, it doesn't necessarily have to be about politics or
It's
whatever.
Twitter.
It's any social media.
Yes.
Social media.
What did everyone get? Are we going to discuss this?
Oh,
I
I'm a
got
big
it.
fat
I got an
conservative.
American Eagle with the.
Yeah, I'm a big
With
fat
the-
I
conservative.
wonder
Stars
what
and stripes.
the liberal looks like on this. Honestly, there it is.
A
Tosh
big
is
old
liberal.
jackass.
I am conservative.
Ah.
All right. What's the other one? What's the
It
other
says,
one?
congratulations, you got conservative. You live your life by the same set of morals as your parents and their parents. You believe that society is better off sticking to tradition, and you love small business. You believe that America comes first, and if anyone thinks different, they could take a flying leap.
Holy
That is
mother.
not how I believe, but I mean, okay.
Mine literally doesn't even say anything. It just says liberal, and there's a picture of a
This is a
donkey.
biased fucking quiz.
Yours doesn't say anything at the bottom.
Nothing.
It's just a picture of a fucking donkey.
then
We got like
That's
we got like
it.
an epic eagle with like the stars and stripes on its body, and you get just like a print of
This is a bias quiz.
Let me read the chart, and we'll go through.
Well, I was gonna try this other one that she did. That it says best political quiz,
Oh,
and then it asks a bit more of the other questions.
11
Okay.
questions.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, it's 20 questions, and then it also asks how
The
old are
second
you,
one.
and how much do you make in U.S. dollars per year? Are you male or female?
I feel like it's trying to get our
Wait, this one?
information for. Like,
No, the middle one that says the best political quiz.
I don't want to give out my personal information,
It's not
Okay.
asking for your social security number, bitch.
but it's asking
Okay.
for my wages.
Number one question: should abortion be legal if the mother's life is not in danger and the mother is over 18 years of age?
I'm gonna say
See, that's a hard
maybe.
topic.
I say
I'm gonna
yes.
put maybe.
I say
No.
yes, but with caveats.
If you're not ready for a child, you shouldn't have to have a child. Sorry.
I'm
Oh, wait,
like I
wait.
said, I'm saying
Should
yes,
abortion
but with
be legal if
caveats.
the
So am
mother's
I.
life is not in danger? Not in
So
danger.
isn't that a maybe? Shouldn't that be a maybe?
Yes. No. We're saying yes. Gotcha.
I say yes,
Gotcha.
but with caveats. I don't think that. All right, so abortion should be a thing for certain circumstances, but if
I
you're
think
going to
this
use
is
it as a
I
birth
think this
control
is-
method, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh,
Right.
well,
I think
yeah,
this is
but-
just referring to moms that have chosen to have sex or over the age of 18 and are not in danger. I think that's just referring to them, not women who are forced to be pregnant.
Okay, then I'll say maybe.
Should gay marriage be legal?
Yes.
Yes.
Box.
Oh,
sits
there's also a box
silently.
there's also a box you can check on the far right that says this is a critical issue.
I'm gonna say yes on gay marriage, just because I do.
You just want to fit in?
no.
Just kidding.
Honestly, just like why not? That's
Right.
that's my big argument on it.
Here's my
What's stopping
thing. No, here's my thing. Just love who you want to love. Just don't let me see it. Because I don't want to see
See,
you.
I feel
I don't
like
want to
you're.
see you and Cara banging in public.
Right,
nor do
but
I
I
want to
feel
see
like-
two dudes or two chicks banging.
I
in public.
feel like your hesitation
Right.
isn't just towards like gay or straight. I feel like you just don't really care for marriage, anyways.
Third question: should additional restrictions be placed on lethal firearm
Yes.
purchases?
No.
Yes. Additional restrictions?
Additional restrictions, no, but better background checks, mental health.
That's
a-
what
that's a
I'm. That's what
restriction.
I'm considering as
Restrictions.
additional restrictions.
You're considering that a restriction? I don't consider that a restriction. I consider that being thoroughly more being
That's a
more
restriction.
Yeah, it's a restriction.
Then yes, I guess. Why are you saying no? Vox?
Yeah, you just said that you think that they should do background
I
checks.
put maybe.
They do background checks already. They just
Yeah,
need
they
to be
do.
more thorough.
Should more money be invested in the military?
Fuck no.
No.
See, that's funny. I believe more money shouldn't be invested in the military, but I believe our military members, at least at the lower end, need to be paid more.
I'm saying yes.
I said maybe.
Should the government be concerned with global warming? Yes. Not global warming, but climate change.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're the only people using this planet, dude.
I'm gonna
We
put-
gotta
I'm
keep
going to
living.
die before the glaciers come down
So
and
you're
flood the
selfish.
earth. I'm very selfish.
And then he's
You
not
guys know
planning
this,
on
right?
having children, so they won't deal with it.
You already know this, Mark.
Should there be a government healthcare option?
Yeah.
I think there should be a government healthcare option, but I think that we also need to have more restrictions on it.
I believe that we shouldn't have to pay for that government healthcare option.
Go to Canada, bitch.
Should marijuana be legalized in the same way as alcohol?
Yes.
Yes.
God damn it, I'm clicking on all the wrong buttons because I have
I'm
fat
clicking-
thumbs.
I'm clicking all of the wrong things. You can zoom in.
Should the U.S. have a hand in helping to create democratic government?
Is that saying like help other countries develop democracies? Is that what it's
That's
referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of pulling that
Nope.
vibe.
Why should
No.
Correct.
hold on?
Nope.
Never mind. I'm just gonna say no.
So if there's a country,
that's a big
let me put it
argument.
this way:
Yeah, I'm just
if
gonna
there's
say
a
no.
country we have bombed into submission, Iraq, should we stay to help them build a democracy?
No.
No,
Right.
Should the government financially assist
we just shouldn't fucking stick our nose in everybody else's
corporations,
business.
under
Sorry.
any circumstances?
Should the government financially assist corporations under any circumstances?
Well,
no.
what
AKA
kind
bailouts.
Yeah, hold on here on that because we wouldn't have lost Pontiac if someone would have stepped in and helped them with.
So
the
then maybe.
But the
It's-
only company that didn't have a buyout was Ford, and guess what?
Because this
They've
does
been
say.
fine.
But this
Yeah.
says companies under any circumstances. So whatever reason they're in financial distress, the government should help.
No,
So it's a
it's
maybe.
saying. I said maybe.
I'm gonna put maybe.
Should the U.S. Oh, no.
Should a flat tax be implemented?
No.
Same tax
Same
percentage,
tax percentage for all.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
No.
Why?
Because
But
why
it depends
should
if it's going to be higher or lower.
exactly rich people should
It's
be
a percentage.
I'm sorry.
So if you're in
Wait,
a
you're
lower
saying-
wage
Whoa,
bracket,
whoa, whoa.
if you're in
You're
a
saying
lower wage
percentage.
bracket, you're paying less than what the millionaires are going to have to pay. I think it should absolutely
Oh.
be a flat tax.
Okay, that's what I was,
Then I misunderstood
never
when I
mind.
read it.
No, it says same tax percentage for,
for all
Yeah,
but it's a percentage.
percentage.
So you're
the
saying if
same
it's like
tax-
2%,
say the
2%
tax-
of
Hold on,
$20 is
hold
different
on.
than 2%.
No, they're saying the
Oh.
same overall tax percentage.
yes.
So everything's, for instance, everything would be 6% on $1, not more for the rich, not less for the poor. All the same tax percentage, not based on your wages.
6% on the dollar is
So
what you're saying?
No. That was just an example.
That example.
But this saying a flat tax that is not different. That's
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
plays the same.
No.
Yeah, so I'm saying
I misunderstood that.
yes on that
No.
because Tasha, why?
because they're making more money.
So if you hit the lotto tomorrow and got $48 million, you want to pay more money every single year than anyone else, even though you won that
Because
money?
that's fair.
How is that fair?
Because why are the poor people getting charged just as much tax as I'm getting on my money? So I'm getting way more money than the poor people are, and they're actually losing money.
Circle of life.
Okay.
I'm
some
sorry. I
people
work
don't
real
have the-
hard. I work real hard for the money I make, and I will continue to make more money because I work so hard. I'm earning that fucking money. Why the fuck am I going to spend more money on taxes because someone else isn't doing that?
That's how it works right now.
That's bullshit.
Should
When
the
you get
government-
bumped up into a higher tax bracket, you pay more taxes.
I'm understanding
and
that.
it fucking sucks.
I know. I'm losing $50 a paycheck now because I got higher in a tax bracket because
Yeah,
I'm
because
making
right
more
now,
money than I was a
but
month
I mean,
ago.
right now, it does feel like every time you get a raise, you're like, you don't really feel it because they're just taking more money from you now, so you're still
Mhm.
living the same life.
Sure as fuck true.
Not me.
That's how it feels for me. Like every time I get it, like, what was it? 2 years ago, I entered a new tax bracket, and suddenly I got even less of my returns. That was
Mhm.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
getting less now,
yeah,
and
I-
I make more.
All because I make more money.
I get your point though.
no, yeah.
Uh,
That part riles me.
Should
real
the
bad.
government currently have military involvement in the Middle East?
Does that mean like involvement, as in like helping them, or being like?
Any involvement?
Overall.
Yes, any involvement. Period.
No, thank you.
That was pretty short. Should the government implement barriers in foreign labor, outsourcing jobs overseas?
No.
Should they implement barriers?
Oh wait.
Like to prevent companies
prevent-
from
Yeah.
outsourcing. Yes.
Yes.
Keep the jobs in
Yeah, you wanna
America. You
promote
fuck.
within.
Should the government expand offshore drilling?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's maybe.
I don't know what that means.
Offshore drilling, like for,
For
oil.
oil.
Well,
So like we could have another BP massacre where
Yes.
millions of gallons of oil every day is getting dumped into the ocean, or our gas prices and oil prices go down, so we can function better as an economy.
Realistically, we're paying more for gas than what it's worth at this point.
I know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but it's just how it is.
Everyone's got to make money somewhere,
I
right?
know.
Should the government engage in talks with hostile nations?
Absolutely.
What do you mean? Like in what?
So
like, give
Trump
me an example.
talking to North Korea.
yeah.
Should Trump be the one talking? No. But should we engage in,
That's
in
an engagement,
hostile
though.
negotiations?
That would be
Yes.
the person who's going to do it in America.
Should
period.
Trump do it? No.
So, and same with
Send
Russia.
someone smarter, someone who's not going to literally start a war through Twitter.
Yeah, I could say the same thing about Obama, though.
I disagree strongly.
Me.
Um,
I don't know how I feel about that one. Can I
Should-
just like
You
no
can say
answer?
Maybe. You can say maybe.
Yeah.
Should the U.S.
Fine.
help to increase the viability of the UN?
Explain that to me.
I feel like the UN should be helping to increase the viability of UN.
Viability.
It says
What's-
viability.
What,
How viable
what is
it
it
is.
referring to? What about it?
How useful it is in
What
global
does the
negotiations
UN
with
do
each
for
other.
us right now?
Literally just prevent us from doing more stupid shit that we do.
I don't know. I don't know. That's.
I don't know
maybe.
anything about it, so I'm just gonna have to say maybe because it doesn't give me an option for don't answer.
Skip. Yeah.
Should Anwar be opened up
Alaska
for drilling?
National Wildlife Preserve. If no one knows what that means.
No.
I'm saying maybe.
No.
Should the government implement public works programs?
Don't they already?
Like what?
No, local government does. I'm gonna assume that this is national government.
Should the government implement public
No,
works
then.
programs? What is that, like Michigan Works kind of
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
Like helping people find jobs and helping people like DHHS and stuff?
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I didn't take it like that
That's what I'm thinking.
because I work for the Department of Public Works.
Which does what?
We are in control of all sewers, roads, trees. Any kind of fleet. Like I work in fleet, so it'd be police
So
vehicles.
what
fire
kind of
vehicles.
programs would they be referring to then?
snowmobiles and whatnot.
Well, no, not
It'd be a
even that.
national
Because
chain
we
of
have
them.
we have public works
To
in
implement-
place,
to-
but implement what?
To implement road care, to implement because someone has to cut the grass, and then someone also has to fill the potholes.
I'm saying no.
Someone has to take
State
care of the
government
sewer
should do that.
system. Yeah.
Should the government impose stricter standards on emissions created by automobiles and factories?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead, Vox. Go ahead. I see that face.
So we
I'm-
have way higher emission standards than other countries, obviously, and it prevents pollution. However, if you look over in like England or Britain, anything like that, they have vehicles that are getting 80 miles to the gallon because their emission standards are lower. So they don't have as many restrictions on the engine as they do, or as we do. So you can get diesel vehicles over there that literally will get 80 miles to the gallon.
Yep.
And it's just risk of higher pollution. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but in a higher population area, if you're thinking like China or anything like that, where it's just smog.
Here's what I'm thinking of. Higher population density is what's causing pollution more than the emissions themselves.
I agree.
Look at LA. It's literally covered in smog most of the time.
And
China covered in smog. India turning into a desert. That's because of people living there, not because of the cars. It's just
You're right, and there's
too many fucking
there's
people
too many
causing
people,
too many problems.
There's too many people living there, so they can't own cars because there's too many. So I don't know.
I said maybe.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe too.
Should the government have restrictions on international free trade?
Our government?
Well,
The
yes.
government.
Yeah, the government, our government.
Our government.
International have restrictions on international trade.
Maybe. I don't
Huh?
know.
I don't know.
Should more money be invested in
Yes.
alternative energy resources?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
I think solar power is the most underutilized thing right now.
I fully agree.
20. Should I put 25 or 24?
I'm going to put 28 because I'm about to turn 28 in
Yeah,
literally
put
like
25
10
because
days.
you've been cooking for 9 months.
I'm turning 28 in
How much do I make a year in U.S. dollars? I don't
fucking
know.
17,100.
And there's no option for my gender here. Just kidding.
I don't see Apache helicopter.
Okay. How do I read this? This says that I'm a Democrat, I'm socially a liberal, and I'm economically a liberal.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
Apparently-
80% Democratic and 20% Republican.
Apparently,
too.
exactly the same.
You are a conservative. Socially, you are a conservative. And economically, you're a capitalist.
That sounds about fucking right.
Hi, my name is
you-
Vox. and
Fucking
I'm a
capitalist.
capitalist.
Are you any percent Democratic?
31%.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm 75% Democratic, 25% Republican.
Yeah.
I'm a Democrat, socially liberal, economically liberal. This doesn't make any sense because
I feel like that was a
Not.
better quiz than the first one.
they all suck.
Way better. That
That was-
the first
yeah, that was
one
a lot
was
better.
a little bit biased, and I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was hilarious by the time we got to the end of it.
No, I'll send this chart to you guys. I really think you guys would benefit from reading.
I don't like reading.
Too
I don't even
many
know how to
people.
read.
It's not.
Too many problems.
It's not bad, but I think that was
Too
really
many
Millions
cooks.
of people.
Too many cooks.
too many Chiefs, not enough Indians.
Too many cooks.
Got a little heated up there. My throat's hurting a little bit.
Yeah, you got a little heated.
Sorry.
Why'd you get so heated? Nobody was fighting with you.
I know, it just pisses me off.
You're like, I'm just pissed in general.
Anytime politics get brought up, he thinks that I'm like arguing with him. I'm
He's
just like,
verbally
I'm just saying
aggressive when he
what
You do
I'm
argue
thinking,
with
how
me.
I'm feeling. I'm not arguing.
You do argue with me.
Just because I don't believe what you believe doesn't mean I'm arguing with you.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that.
Just because I didn't vote for Trump doesn't mean I have to agree with you.
He'll get a second term. You guys.
No, he
I
won't.
really fucking hope he doesn't.
I promise you,
He will not get a second term.
I'll buy all of
I
you
promise
dinner
you
one
he
day
will.
if he gets a second term.
If
Or
he
does not get a
Listen.
second term.
You buy us all dinner at the same time?
Yeah, well,
Really
I'll
We'll
buy.
all
fucking-
just go to dinner?
I really
So-
fucking hope he
Why
doesn't get a
don't,
second term.
if he doesn't, you'll buy us dinner. But if he does, what are you gonna do?
You guys
suck a dick
get to
because Trump. is
each
up
buy
there.
me a 6-pack of Mac Jack because it is my favorite.
I thought the Mac Jack was like disappearing or something.
Listen, he's got it again. Okay.
The
What a-
craziness in your eyes.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's all right.
It's so good.
It's all right.
But you're also a beer drinker,
Yeah.
so.
It's all right.
Hey, hey.
I like ciders too.
He's what did your thing just say that you were?
Apparently, I'm a Democrat. I don't believe in that, but whatever.
A
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. They both suck. Is
Fun
that your new
political
thing now?
conversation.
Yay!
What's that?
Do your thingy.
Oh, I don't want to do this.
Do your thingy.
Oh, are we done?
Pretty much.
Are we done?
Oh, we're done.
I guess
We're
we're
an
done.
hour and
You guys
15
have to
minutes
leave.
into it.
So
fun
we did a
political
2-hour
conversation.
episode when we were talking about transgenders and pansexuals and God knows what else.
You know, I didn't want to have a political conversation, and
I can't believe we went there. Next, I'm telling you, mark my words, our next big one is going to be religion. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Dude,
Hail Santa.
when we get to that one,
All hail the claws.
when we get to that one, if we get to that one, I feel like anyone who is remotely religious is going to officially hate you and I, Vox.
No.
Can we go there?
I
We got
feel like
time.
can we just do this thing like just say this now where I feel like everybody's just sitting there going like these guys are fucking idiots, but they're still gonna listen to us because they're our friends right
Yeah.
now.
Mostly our friends.
Right
We are,
now.
we are fucking idiots.
Um,
my dad's gonna
Eventually,
like,
people are gonna send us like death
Is your-
threats and
is your
hate
dad a
mails.
conservative?
Mostly Mark. and
Huh?
Vox.
Your dad a conservative?
yeah.
Sam, I appreciate you.
My dad's a veteran, of course he's conservative.
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't know that. No, Tony messaged me shortly after listening to the gender episode
Uh-huh.
and was like, this is why I don't want a podcast, because my opinion is forever engraved into a recording and it's now on the internet. And once it's on the internet, it never disappears. And I was like, so, I mean, people are allowed to change their opinions over time.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because we
true.
say it one time doesn't mean your opinion can't change.
That's true.
You know, like people are allowed to change their opinions, and some people mature and change their opinions, or some people.
I feel like we still said like
you know.
blanket statement. We are not intending to hurt anybody's feelings
no.
Or
or
offend anybody.
offend anybody.
I'm
we
trying to
just,
offend
we,
her.
We believe that everybody should be entitled to their own opinion, and as long as you're willing to discuss it reasonably and in just like a conversational setting with facts,
Yeah, I got a little loud.
then
Tash got a
that's
little
fine.
loud though on that one.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
She wasn't as loud
She's
as
like,
she was
"Oh,
with
well."
the child rapist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. No, I just
Nothing's pissed her off quite like that.
no, not yet.
I don't
We'll
know.
get
When
there.
Vox shit talks Demi, she gets pretty heated.
True.
Did you yell at Drew and Mike when they were shit talking Demi?
Yeah.
We were in the car with her mom and her stepdad, and I think your mom is pretty conservative because she was laughing her ass off and agreeing with everything, and Bob was just like, "These guys are too right wing for me." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, to each his own, but okay. So, anyways,
I'm not gonna lie. I find a lot of comedy in conservatives in general, just because like some conservatives are just so hardcore in their beliefs that they almost sound like they disbelieve anything that isn't even close to related to what they think.
you're right.
And
you're
it's
That's just
hilarious.
people in the world and their opinions.
But
No,
listen-
it's just so great when,
Go
when
listen to
somebody's
Ben-
just so sold on something.
to
that
Ben
they-
Shapiro. You ever listen to him?
Yeah, he
I-
cracks me the fuck up.
I love Ben Shapiro
He cracks
because
me up
he
so
doesn't
much.
get tilted. Like like people are like, I'm disagreeing with. He's like, okay, but you're wrong.
Yeah, I know. I've
Like-
seen his like fucking press conferences and shit.
He's
where
so
like liberals are
funny.
just straight up trying to tear into him. He's like, yeah, that's cool, but you can sit there and be wrong. Like,
Well, but the other
you're just
thing,
proving to us that you're stupid.
the other thing that he says though, he's like, I'm going to speak on true facts. I'm not going to speak on my beliefs. I'm not going to speak on libertarian beliefs. I'm just going to speak on fact. And then when people start rambling, and he's done it to conservatives,
Mhm.
Republicans, whatever, too.
Right.
He's just like, no, that's incorrect. Like, look at facts. Don't look at your belief system, which is, I respect that a little bit. So
I just find comedy in
nothing
anybody.
like an angry Jewish man.
I find comedy in anybody that believes in something so hardcore that, like, if you disagree with them, they get angry about it.
Careful. Well, I believe that Dota is the best MOBA game ever, and if you think otherwise, I'm talking to you, Dustin, who sends me League of Legends things. You're wrong.
I think
Hey,
you're
Vox.
both wrong because I think they're both stupid.
Ahan is better.
What?
Did you hear that sound that
he
came
didn't
out
even
of
have
it?
words.
We are done.
He's like, this is
This is TF4 Podcast. Listen to us at TF4Podcast.com.
like finish every promo with "fuck you, Mark." Fuck you, Mark.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Fuck you.
Anyways, yeah, TF4Podcast.com.
Also, we're putting out an ad for a fourth co-host because Mark is no longer allowed to sit here.
Me? No, I don't think so.
We have to get another guest up in this bitch.
I got a big chair to fill, boys.
If you what? The
Just
chair's
saying.
the same size
If
as
you
all
tri-
the rest of ours. Get it?
You couldn't
You need
just
to
let me
stop
have the
over there.
joke.
No.
You couldn't just let. Fuck you.
No.
Fuck you.
No. Kara's gonna make a blog post this
Nope.
week, so we can post that up and be able to keep in
She is?
contact with everyone. Yep, and so is Mark, and
Am I?
so is Natasha. And that
We're
way
gonna put a little about us. We
we
already
can
did an episode about us.
we
don't need
did.
to do that.
No, we don't have to do about us. Go back and listen to that.
I'm gonna tell it. Oh, I did have one topic I wanted to touch on before we got out of
Oh
here.
my
and-
God.
I've already started
You
my
remember?
plugs.
Fuck your plugs.
All right.
We'll go back to them.
Okay.
So the one topic I wanted to touch on, I told you it was sports related, so you
Oh.
aren't gonna have a whole lot to say on it. So everyone takes off their fucking headphones. So
Me too. I'm
There
just gonna
was-
go next to her.
there was an issue at Ohio State University.
What does Mark say?
where,
Let me pee between
where
your
one
legs.
of the
Yeah.
assistant coaches was apparently involved in some abuse and some sort of domestic abuse.
Wasn't
sort
this
of
like
situation.
forever ago?
No, it was recent. And apparently Urban Meyer, the head coach, is now under administrative leave, paid administrative leave, because they believe that he knew about it and did nothing about it. Similar to the old, Joe Paterno thing where he knew about the rapes and molestation and whatnot, and didn't say anything about it and all this stuff. Well, that's kind of what's going on with Ohio State. So, you know what that
Did you
means?
say Ohio State or Michigan State?
Ohio State.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Michigan State. I'm like, yeah, that was definitely back in March.
No. So you know what that means?
No. What? What does it mean?
Ryan Day is now currently in charge of the Ohio State football team.
What about Ryan Knight?
No. Ryan Day is now currently in charge of the football team. And my friend Ryan Day shared it on Facebook and said, "I did not ask for this."
Okay, that's funny.
Right. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to do all of that.
I wanted
right
to get
up
to that point. And
And then you have to go, hey, Ryan, listen to this episode.
Shout out Ryan Day. I love you.
Yeah, get an hour 20 into the show.
Hour 20.
But on top of that, you know what that means? Go Wolverines. Whoop the shit out of the fucking Buckeyes because their coach is not there. Do it. Do
I
it.
don't care about sports.
Yeah. Plug your shit.
Oh, no problem. Podbean, iTunes, and Podcast Addicts, Castbox, which I still have to check out to confirm that we are on there. Have you looked?
It's on Cars
what?
iPod.
Podcast Addicts?
No,
No,
Castbox.
Castbox.
Oh, I don't have Castbox. I have Podcast Addicts.
Castbox pulls from the Apple iOS RSS feed.
Yeah,
If
okay,
anybody
well-
uses Castbox, let us know if we're on there.
Yeah,
or
let
not.
me know. Anything but Spotify. Subscribe to us. Leave us a review and a rating. That would be awesome. It really helps get us up in the lists of podcasts.
And it's completely free to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have an iTunes account, then why aren't you doing that already? And if not, check it out on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook by searching TF4 Podcast. Give us a review on Facebook too, because that just makes it even better for when people, a year from now are looking for,
Yeah, and if you
pages
don't have
and
anything
podcasts.
nice to say, just give us 5 stars and go away.
Or give us constructive criticisms, but still give us 5 stars, because we would like.
Feel
some
free to
feedback
tell
on
me
it.
I'm an asshole. I'll take it.
We
It's
don't
good.
want swearing on our
So you're gonna
reviews.
take it in the
I don't
asshole?
mind.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
oh my.
Depends on how sweet they are.
Kara can attest, but we have very cool mugs for sale on redbubble.com. However, they aren't coming straight from us. They get made. So expect, what would it take, about a week?
Yeah, it was really quick.
Something like that.
You can pick different shipping options, I believe.
Get that
Yeah.
shipping.
I
in
just
2
got
days.
regular, like the
Yeah.
regular shipping.
Took about a week.
It might
I
seem
think it was actually
expensive.
cheaper to get like 3 to 7 days than it was to get like 10 to 11 days. Or
It might
something.
seem relatively expensive, but
It's good
from
quality.
what we've noticed, very high quality so far.
Yes,
That's
very
great.
high
I
quality.
haven't ordered any stickers off there yet. However, you can get stickers, mugs, phone cases, iPad, tablet cases, right?
Maybe
Yes,
if they had bed sheets, I'm ordering those.
iPad cases.
I can
Shower
definitely look at
curtains,
that.
I'm doing that.
Ooh, a shower curtain.
That'd be badass.
That'd be
We're not
sweet.
getting rid of our cool octopus one. I love that one.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah, it is pretty cool. I like that one.
I want a bear riding a shark with a machine gun. I think that would be awesome.
Ooh.
Swap out the bear for a kitten, and I'm game.
No.
No,
Anyways, you could also, if you want a sticker and you don't want to buy it off Redbubble, but you want to support us financially, you can head over to patreon.com. Go to that $5 tier, and we'll send you a damn sticker.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah.
Not only are you supporting
I
us
don't
financially,
know.
you're supporting us by getting a sticker and sticking it on things.
I don't know which tier it's going to go on because I'm still in the process of making them.
Uh-oh, you're spoiling this already?
But
Cara's doing a new thing.
at a certain
Dun, dun, dun,
at a
dun.
certain tier, undecided yet because I don't know how much this is going to cost me to do. I am making a hand painted surprise for people.
That's right.
And-
Hand painted.
Yeah.
Like I watched her do it the other day
It looked
to try it out.
really good.
She was busting her ass, and it's worth some money.
It
And
looked,
now that I've done it once, it's a lot easier to do the rest of them.
honestly,
Definitely worth money though.
it looked fucking awesome.
I'll say right now, I
cannot-
know for sure that Dustin is getting one,
It's classic
Yeah.
capitalism.
but I haven't decided yet if it's going to be at the $5 and up. But I think at least
We
for
should make a new
the
tier.
for the first 10 patrons, no matter what you're at, I'll send one.
Ooh.
There we go.
First 10. So go,
Incentive.
head over to Patreon.
You hear that, Tony? You want something?
You don't even
Want
you
a
don't get to
surprise?
know what it is until it comes in the mail.
It's $1 a month, man. That, I mean, for the first 10 people to do $1 a month, you get a cool prize. Which I didn't know you were gonna push that
She
forward.
just threw that up there.
I wanted to make sure that I could do it before I.
But it looks so
talked about
great. I can't paint for shit. I'm
Cara
like,
does a good job.
really not artistic. You're a drawer.
She
you're a
used,
painter.
She used to make Christmas ornaments and make some money off them too.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. Get
Yeah.
that art going. It's a good hobby.
Uh,
I started
It's
painting
classic
miniatures.
capitalism though. You give us money, we're giving you something in exchange.
Classic capitalism.
Yes.
My favorite.
Yes, your favorite.
YouTube.
So this, yeah. go ahead.
It is in the process. We mentioned before that the first 26 episodes will not be on, unfortunately, due to some copyright issues and some other, interesting things.
Speaking of which, shout out Ben 10.
Ben 10? Like the Cartoon
It's the
Network show
fucking
back in the
cartoon
day?
show. Ben Sound. Shout out to Ben Sound. BenSound.com.
Ben 10.
Ben 10. He might be Ben 10. I don't know.
Isn't
I don't
that the-
fucking know. I didn't
isn't-
watch that show.
Isn't that the guy that can change into different aliens and shit?
I thought that was Danny Phantom.
No, Danny Phantom's a ghost, man.
We had this discussion, Mark.
Ben 10 had
Dude,
the thing-
those shows came out when I was fucking 20.
the
All right, leave me the fuck
Omnitrix.
alone.
Can you Google that? The Omnitrix?
Oh, I said the thing the other day. I was like, gotta catch him all because he's in Mark goes, Ash Ketchum. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, he didn't know.
You couldn't just say Pokemon?
No, it's something about Ben 10 or Danny Phantom.
No,
I
that
don't
wasn't the
know.
Danny Phantom theme song.
Wait.
Yeah, that's,
'Cause
they
he's
fucking
Danny
ripped off
Phantom.
Pokemon.
No. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Those shows came out in the 2000s. I'm sorry, I was too old for
I
that.
want to know what
You
Ben
weren't
10
too old for it, bitch.
Yes, I was.
wrist.
If you could watch Dragon Ball Z today, you weren't too old for that shit.
I disagree. They're not anime. They don't have the,
Ben
Yeah.
10
the same
is so
story.
dumb.
Omnit, welcome back. Did you poop?
I thought
No.
I
It
had
smells
to pee.
fresh.
No, it smells like tobacco.
I slipped on the spray.
What?
You slipped on the spray?
Yeah, did you hear me scream?
No.
I knocked on the door.
I knocked on the wall.
Oh, and I was like, ah! And I slipped on the spray.
So sorry I
just
pooped, but I
imagine-
slipped on
It
Febreze.
smelled so bad. Tosh coated that entire bathroom in Lysol
I
and
just
fucking
imagine-
fell on it.
I imagine that little boy who pours the cups of juice. He spills it on the floor. and
Oops,
then-
smelled a little bit.
What?
You never seen that video?
No.
I gotta show it to you when we're done with the podcast.
Whoops, that's
Okay.
what's up.
See, I knew it was called an Omnitrix.
I get it.
though. Omnitrix.
Did you seriously go look that up?
Yeah, I,
don't
told
know
you
what
to
that
Google
is.
it.
Finish your plugs.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Is that a cereal?
What?
No.
What was that? Were you fucking Mario now?
It's me, Mario.
I was playing this game last night called 100. I think it's 100 pics or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I stared at it had like 8 letters in it. I stared at it forever. I used all my clues, all of my coins to guess it. And it was fucking
6
Mario.
letters. No, it was 6 letters and it was Tintin.
No, I'm talking
Failed
about
on
another one.
Tintin.
It looked like this like weird blob, and I'm like, is it like a Pokemon or something? And it wasn't spelling out. And then I was like, holy fuck! I got rid of all the letters except for enough to spell Mario, and it took me forever to figure out.
Pokemon.
It's Pikachu!
Mario.
It's Jigglypuff. Fuck!
Okay, finish
Vines,
what you're doing. Finish what
yes.
you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
You are
Anyways,
bad at this.
I feel like we have like ADHD today.
Listen, you guys keep talking in between there. I plan to do this all
This
professionally.
is what happens when Cara takes espresso in the morning.
I know.
Takes espresso like it's a
Takes
fucking
espresso.
drug.
It's fucking heroin.
Shoots it.
Calm down there, Demi Lovato.
Ooh, too soon. Too soon.
Get out.
Oh, shit.
Get out. Get out.
This is turning to a shit show real fast.
Finish this up.
I'm
so
so
YouTube.
good today.
YouTube. First 26 episodes aren't there, but due to me being on vacation last week, I didn't get the other 2 episodes uploaded, but they will be there. Episode 30 in the frickin' bag. Moving forward, I don't know if next week will be off or not due to the fact that we're closing on a house. So there might be some weird issues going on, but we'll keep you posted. And the way
We
you can do
shall
that
see.
is by checking out our Facebook, checking out our website, as we mentioned, and keeping up to date with us. And that way you know, oh, why isn't there a podcast? Go to the Facebook. Check it out.
Worst case scenario, go on our Facebook and send us a message.
Worst case Ontario. Is that what Austin says?
Who?
Austin.
I don't know who that is.
You do know who that is.
No.
Anyways, my name is
Never
Vox.
on the line. Marcus.
Tara.
And I'm Natasha.
Hey, goodbye.
Bye.
Fucking liberals.